You see a lot of teams setting up, especially on the west side, especially on the Expendables of FaZe. Currently our third place team running straight into Cerberus, and that's going to be a trade back and forth. So Losley will find Gustav and Jeems with a double.
I was just going to say this is an incredibly good read on the split by FaZe, but they lose Gustav. Jeems is now down as well. Is there going to be cavalry arriving? Yes, there is. Dogmai is instantly pulling up to this one, and I believe Haisaki is going to turn back and join this party too. But Correxi able to find Dogmai early on. Haisaki, is he going to fully commit to this, or is he not? Seems like he's going to go for it. Will he find this one? Gustav currently on his own. Has Fex there. He has to come off the rest. Can he do this? 1 versus 2. Haisaki is a very capable player, but let's see how much he commits to it.
You have to imagine that FaZe is going to play this as safe as possible, make sure they play for the trades, more importantly, especially because they know that Cerberus only has 1 member left, and Haisaki is they're now coming around the backside. These nades landing over!
Ooh,
must be very careful. That was close.
Sapao gets one from a distance. This is dangerous. Goes to show that they're there too! And just as Cerberus falls, FaZe falls immediately after.
And if you are the teams that are currently in the top, that is music to your ears to see that kill feed.
And for Na'Vi as well, now realizing one of the very dead center compounds is up for grabs. Not only that, but you get 8 sets of loot within it too. Na'Vi makes perfect sense. They're going for it.
Both of these teams as well. I mean, sitting on the bottom of the leaderboard. At this point, with only 3 games left, you have to go for points. You have to go for the fights. You need to get the kills. And so wiping this team quick could absolutely give them a little bit of a head start to make sure that they can go to the next fight, because they need to clear multiple teams if they want to make sure that they even have a chance at top 5.
Exactly. Expendables got to approach this, especially now with 1 player knocked. Megalos does have the dual barrel, sat ready and waiting, but Kiss will be the first one to fall in this engagement. He's around the corner, opts to go for the AK instead, now swaps back around and takes down Delwyn.
Delwyn now still 3 members up for the Expendables. Valley Tie somewhat on the back foot as here comes BB team. They see the fight and they realize that this is their opportunity to get some points.
Knocks on both sides. The timing could not be any better, but for BB team, they need to execute it properly. Adusi almost caught jumping in the open. Latai now cooking a nade, prepping it as good as he possibly can, knowing exactly where he has his opponent. Tanvu up inside the building already, wants to get Megalos down. It's a shotgun versus shotgun, but Megalos comes out victorious. Down to low HP now as well as he's flat. 7-7. It's going to be able to take him out and reset at least for now, but it's just him left alive on Expendables.
And more importantly for BB team, there was 3 members knocked, so they weren't finished. The points are available for them if they want them, but still, Latai in that other building there, just to their east, trying to throw utility to flush those kills, get those points for his team.
Oh, BB team, if you can place just 1 good nade in there, that's 4 points coming your way, but they can't find the angle, and it seems to me like Expendables will be able to reset, at least get 3 players back on their feet. Clory's found outside, and that's Freaks from afar joining the party. Massive fight now happening on the southern side of the map, as well as Petrichor and Danawa take to the battlefield. Our current first place team trying to defend that position as Deal once again. He's been striking first for many fights so far, and this one is going to be no different. Chewy down early on.
And with 50 points here, Danawa still in the fight, absolutely, as they're now pushing over. Summer with the nade in his hand. He has to defend this ridge. This is going to be a big moment for him if he can just hold off the line for the rest of Petrichor.
This would be a massive fight for Danawa to watch. Not only would they take out the first place team, but they would get so much space to rotate further forward into the circle. And Nonix is still outside the circle as now the push comes around the side, but Ming instantly connects onto one. Ixlip finds the second, but now Sonics with mortars in hand taking out Ming. And Tickleton finds the 3rd from maximum distance. Sonics interferes and takes out Petrichor.
Are you kidding me? He finds mortars again at a global. He is so accurate with those. That is disgusting from the Sonics, but more importantly, the Tickledometry is in play.
Absolutely insane. Both teams wiped from the southern side. As I say that, Danawa obviously still in play, but they have a very, very fast rotation they're going to have to make with phase 4 closing in.
How is he so accurate with those mortars? I don't understand. I mean, that was picture perfect as this fight is still going on. Tanvu will find Bean, and so they are actually fighting back 2 separate teams on 2 different fronts, as they're also dealing with BB team, and now Falcons will try to make the cross of bridge.
Yeah, this one is going to be tough, if not near impossible. Snake is already down. Relo sat on the other side looking forward. That nade had Flood's name written all over it. Great throw by Belmoth. As now the remaining player, Relo, what do you do from here? It's phase 4. You can't rest your teammate. This one is going to be tough for sure.
Still, this fight is going on. Just the corner of this compound is in, Toby, and you can see the 3 members left of the Expendables just trying to slow this one down and get a little bit, just a bit of damage here if they can on BB, but it's not really happening for them. BB team has actually gotten in front of them.
And knowing it's a three-way split on this one too, Delwyn obviously don't want to over-engage. They know they still have a Velatile player up and alive. They just want to stall. They want to make it tough for the opponents to fight one another, to potentially engage late on it. But they're already on the edge of the circle, and I think that's part of the reason why Expendables are not overcommitting to join the fight proper. They have the part of the compound that's left inside the circle. Now let's see here as Phil first swings the corner. Thought there might be an open window there, but that was not the case.
No, it was just left high there. As you said, he was looking for a different angle, knowing that pushing into a shotgun could be very dangerous, but nope, Best of Luck will take care of it quick. And BB will once again take control of what little edge is left.
As quick as can be as this fight, I won't say comes to a close, because now, of course, Expendables are the next threat for BB teams to have to face, but towards the southeast of the server, Daytrade and Dano is fighting too, with Sonics maybe opting to join in. Could be massive for the first or the top side teams trying to fight for this first place as a doozy. Spots Tanvu, has to continue his rotation though.
But again, the problem here is that they're fighting for something that isn't in, and the edge just to the east of them is quite open. There's really no ridges for them to play with, so now the Expendables just trying to get rid of BB team as quick as possible. But BB team still with 3 members alive. It's a 3-on-3, and in the distance you see Sparking with a knock-on win.
Yep, Sparking gets one. You see Chiampa joining in on this side as well, as all these teams are starting to feel the hurt, not just from the shots taken, but from the blue damage coming through. 7-7-7 wraps around the corner, finds one, almost gets the second, but it's not to be. Expendables down and out as now Luke is able to find Sonics in transition.
And the main problem as well for BB team is that they don't have time to get those reses. This is Sonics now getting picked apart. Only 1 member left. Pretty Curdy with the Panzer. What is he gonna do? Tig hiding just in front of that crate.
Does he know that Tig is sat just around the corner? Solo player left alive for Sonics, and what better way to clear a team than for TSM to not only wipe Sonics, but look at the amount of space they will get if they know full well that they have this entire compound to themselves. They can start flexing up towards the north. They can really set themselves up great for an opportunity to come out victorious in this match.
More importantly, there's a ridge on that road that they can play. So getting rid of Tiggleton and being able to move without pressure of being hit in the back by a solo player is a big boon for them, but again, they have to get rid of Tiggleton first.
Danoa falls now as well, and look, the team that takes them out, Daytrade, still 4 up and alive as they make their way further towards the circle in this one. They've been playing it slow. They know there's been snakes out here, and there is still one in the race. Relo, as you see, crawling on forward, and that's Tiggleton down. Second place down and out. TSM happy to see this happen. This is going to be a huge game for 17, Quantum Freaks, TSM, and Daytrade to catch up to the 3 teams that have managed to separate themselves. Danadol can definitely get caught by surprise here, but both of these players are just running through meds right now. There is a Kai in here as Norrens falls down. That's Tycon further along the circle side, able to find one. Belmont forced to prone down, try to defend the position, but as you can see here, they're so far out in the open. Relo now, nades in hand. This could be the utter destruction of Daytrade if he's positioning it right. He has 4 nades to lob on over, and these could have Daytrade written all over them.
And not only do Daytrade have to worry about this grenade coming in from Relo, but 17 is actually repositioned on that road ridge to try to get angles onto Daytrade to finish them off, but it's going to be Tycon to fight the first nade onto Thanadol. Flash will go down as well, and a bombardment from 3 different teams, all on top of Daytrade.
Nades all over the place, deployable cover falling out of the sky as Daytrade try and dodge and weave to stay alive, as we only now make our way into placement points. The circles keep shifting west, and as we said before, with Tiggleton down and out, TSM has managed to claim the entire southern side of this road, but they need to maintain control. They cannot have players fall to different angles here.
And no, and just to their north, as we're watching still the remnants of Daytrade try to survive, it's going to be Na'Vi and KDF as well as BB team trying to make their way in. But Daytrade is just getting picked apart from every different angle, but now AGG's Tycon and Sapao, the last 2 members, have to find their way in.
But once or if Na'Vi clears out that side, there should be good. Issue is, as you can see here, they get the vision of everyone, but everyone also gets the vision on them. Nice nades being lopped on over, but they cannot commit to the wraparound. It's simply too strong an angle for Luke to hold.
Yeah, on top of having the blue push you, the real reason they weren't moving forward is just there's not much to play in front of them. Plus, they knew that there was multiple teams just to their west holding them out, and so with only 1 member left of KDF, Na'Vi knows that this is their opportunity to push. This is what they need to do. There is a recovery, though. Salute and Heaven will at least back off for the moment.
Relo finally shoots on forward, finds one instantly taken down, though, by Sparking, but we make our way into our top 4 teams left alive. Na'Vi wants to take this fight, separate from everyone else against Quantum Freaks, and it's going to be Heaven to engage first. Feyers falls down now into 2v2.
And Heaven and KDF are not giving up on this. As you said, it's now just down to a 2v2, but the blue Toby is coming in. It's going to be pushing these teams closer and closer together, and they don't have time because not only once they finish this fight, they have to find something to play.
Exactly, 17 now with perfect angles up here as well. They had the smoke wall, they had the chance to engage, but once the smoke starts fading away, when you're Na'Vi, you got to make the decision. Do we commit to this fight? Do we just go full on, or do we back off? I think Na'Vi here making the smarter decision of the two. There is still a world in which they could wrap out East. They have cast still, but it's not going to be an easy rotation.
The other thing to talk about, Toby, is the implications of the club points for both of these teams. Na'Vi, FaZe as well, who isn't currently alive, but Na'Vi, FaZe, and KDF all with the opportunity to elevate their club quite extensively if they can place high here. And so it's not just PUBG, it's not just BGC. They have to think of their club. And Salute will find SoSed, and Na'Vi will fall.
Solid double coming through for Salute. 5 kills to his name in this match. Just once again, now realizing, I think, that TSM is starting to flex out. Heaven still has the rock for cover. Perfect readjustment on the side of Kwangdong Freaks as they now look further towards the south. They have the high ground position, but Purdy and Alo has a little rich to work with. It's just enough cover for them to sit tight. Again, 0 smokes. Oh no, actually I take that back. 3 smokes for the team to work with. Not sure how they're split on the players though. As you can see here, Xiaowu also very, very important position. He's really the only player right now that can roam on the northern side and try and potentially force Freaks to take the fight, or at least be visible to TSM, so he cannot fall as a solo player here. If he does, there would be no way for the remaining duo of Sushu and Xiao Bei to get him up on his feet again.
And you can see that 17 has vehicles, but using them is very difficult.
Yeah.
Especially because there's not much playable space. You see that one rock, which is essentially around where the center circle will be. I mean, the second anyone goes to that rock, parks at a rock, TSM is just going to bombard it with util.
And you see how TSM is currently positioned. Luke is the one holding off any peek on over from 17. Sushu now with that vehicle actually opting to reposition. Going up towards Xiaowu. They're not liking him being sat on his own on that northern side. I like this repositioning, and now actually going straight center. He holds a rock, he holds a crate, and now he's the player sat on the dot.
Plus, if 17 can get rid of KDF, they have so much more room to work with. KDF essentially gatekeeping 17 a little bit, much more so than they are about TSM.
And while Freaks has smokes, they don't have any nades, so engaging at a distance properly for them would be difficult. I am seeing a world, though, where Sushu is going to get shot underneath the car just because of the way he's parked it. But now let's see, nade's going to be lobbed on forward. Both of the Freaks players are prone down, so damage will be mitigated a bit. But of course, that requires that the damage is going to hit them all together. Now, this push, again, has to come through for TSM eventually. They still have all their smokes. They haven't set up their smoke wall for the push. Are they going to go aggressive with their smokes, though, or are they going to try and play slow through them, potentially allowing for their opponents to lob utility in and take them out on approach?
What I love so much about the way 17 has been playing, though, Toby, is the fact that they have not been complacent. They've been moving around, trying to reposition, looking for these angles, and Xiaowu will find Salute. One more member left, and the Heaven is down, which gives 17 the room to breathe.
Twisted Minds had a chance to push while the fight was taking place, but 17 too quick to make it come to a finish. There is deployable cover in the middle of the open, and Sparking is able to open up the ball with the first one. Xiao Bei down now, a very difficult 2v4 for 17 Gaming. They have the dot. TSM has to come to them, but this is looking practically impossible.
And so with all the deployable cover coming in, the knock will come out for Luke 12, and it's just one member left. Xiaowu, do they have the utility, or will they just make the push? TSM with a massive opportunity here to take this game away from 17.
And there you go, the game is over, done and dusted. The last rondo has said goodbye as TSM comes out victorious in a much needed game. We saw FaZe fall early, we saw Sonics fall immediately after to the hands of TSM, and they bring home the win.